Back, guys, to episode 2 of the Aussie Pommie show. If I
Yes,
got
we'll go.
that right. The Aussie Pommie show
Yeah,
is what we're going
yeah,
for. In the last episode, we were halfway through, or just about to finish, the Ashes series. Australia had won the Test series, absolutely hammered England. England were 3-0 up in the ODI series with 2 to play.
yeah. You were 3-0 up. Yeah.
Mm. And
Next test was actually Australia Day.
the next game was Australia Day. And Adam, being the Australian, would like
Got
to.
pissed and listened to the cricket on the radio.
I think that's
And
it. Adam,
yes, it was marvellous. It was marvellous effort by the Aussies. Fought back good. And then, we blew it again in the fifth game. So we won one.
Yeah.
We won the Australia Day one, which is all that matters. But, yeah. And then,
yeah.
yeah.
As long as you won Australia Day, that's all that really matters. Like you lost
Yeah, no,
the
we
whole series.
already lost it. No, we already lost it, so we might as well get some. Well, you didn't beat us on our day, which is at least the good part. But watching the fifth one. Oh watching the fifth one, I was very, very, very angry. I was screaming at the television.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I was it was. I was yelling at Smith. I was yelling at Warner. I was yelling at fucking White. I was yelling at fucking everyone. I was saying, yeah, leave it to the fucking bowlers once again. Like, the bowlers did more work than the middle order batsmen. I'm just saying, the bowlers did more effort than the middle order batsmen.
That is true.
I don't think Smith made more than 70 total. Actually, more than 50 total. I didn't think he made this whole series. And
He just didn't have a good series.
He's not a limited overs batsman anymore. Neither is Warner. No. Warner's just a full-on Test batsman now. As much as we don't want, as much as we'd like him to be an all-round, he just
isn't.
Like, he can't play T20s now. That's where he came from.
No.
He can't play the T20s now. Well, okay, I'll give him this. He only played one so far. He's only played one. But he still got out for a really low score.
Yeah.
Very disappointing.
You know, some people have a natural progression of their career, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, like where at some point in their career they try to play all 3 formats, and for some people it works out. For David Warner, it worked out a few years ago. But then as he's got older, the natural progression has said, you know what, mate, give up on limited overs. That's the young man's game. That's, you know...
Yeah, you're
the
Test
players
batsman.
are getting younger. Yeah, you're more for the 5-day game now. And so I think someone needs to tell him that. And someone just straight up needs to tell Stephen Smith he's crap at limited overs and just stick to Test. He's still young, but his natural progression has already got to him.
Yeah.
But he won't accept it.
No, he doesn't want to accept it, which as much as we all like him to be Captain Courageous in every single fucking team, he just can't do that anymore. Sure, he was good in the World Cup in 2015, but like he can't do it anymore. He just can't.
No.
You need to make way for the new people to come through, and then they can work their ways up the ranks, and then try and play limited overs once they're a Test batsman, and then fail again. It's a circle of life.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
in the international T20, which we won against New Zealand, thank God, we absolutely thumped them. Good.
Yeah,
we did. I'm pretty happy that with Billy Stanlake, he got man of the match. Billy Stanlake, he was bowling with a lot of pace and a lot of ferocity, and he was bowling 150. He was getting a lot of pace. He's tall. He's fucking massive. He's like 6'4" or something like that. He's huge, and he just comes down that angle of the ball that comes down because he's so tall. It just generates so much pace when it comes off the fucking pitch.
Yeah,
it's good. So hopefully, maybe if one of the cartel members get injured before the before the bloody Test series in South Africa, he might be able to come through.
Yeah. So there's always that to look
There
forward to.
there are some more bowlers in the Shield which I think deserve a spot in the squad. Some of the people in the squad I don't think deserve their spot. Like I forget his name. Oh, fuck. I forgot his name. But he bowled completely, like, brilliantly. He was the top wicket taker this season in the Shield, and he just got turned the blind eye. He just got turned away for the tour, and Jai Richardson took his spot.
Yeah.
Which it's good. You know, Jai Richardson. No, he bowls good. He does bowl very good. He's young. He might not have the stamina of the other bowlers, but he's good. But I think that the other guy deserves this spot. I'll try and get his name up. But yeah, that's all I have to say on that matter. Besides, and the performance also from Chris Lynn and Glenn Maxwell in the T20 against New Zealand was fantastic as well. It's good to see Chris Lynn finally actually playing a game in Australian colours after the Big Bash, after his injury, kept him from the Big Bash this season. But yeah, that's all I have to. I'm pretty sure that's everything on cricket, isn't it? So far, that's pretty much isn't it? I mean, the next game is against England on the 7th.
Yeah, that's in the Tri-Series against with New Zealand.
T20, that's it. Mm-hmm.
So that's that's the
so that'll be
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. We pretty much covered all bases in the last episode. This is just getting the rest of the last 2 ODIs, which, well, we don't really need to talk about that.
Well, we need to talk. We talk about one. We talk about one because
we talked about the main one. We know England won. We know
England. But I'm just going to say one more thing. Is England did win, but Australia didn't seem to give us the 4 fingers on the back of the podium like they did for the Ashes. You know the hands, the Australian.
Yeah.
Why is that? It's not so humble anymore, are you? You know, it's all right when you win, but when you lose, you don't feel like just oh shit, we're gonna put that 1 finger up this time.
Oh no, we forgot to talk about the Big Bash final. Big Bash final.
Oh, Big Bash final.
Between the Adelaide Strikers and the Hobart Hurricanes. Good match. I did watch it. Very good. Adelaide Strikers won in the end. I'll get the scorecard up once I scroll through all of the.
Good. That's the thing.
They are good. It was their first. It was both teams' first grand final. It was both of them were they've never played in a grand final before. Scorecard. It was Strikers were 2 for 202. They batted second. They made Hurricanes bat first. Hurricanes were 5 for 177 after 28. Oh wait. Oh no, Strikers batted first.
Yeah.
And Hurricanes made 202 in 20 overs with only losing 2 wickets. Alex Carey gone for that. That's good for 2020.
Yeah.
Alex Carey made 18 off 16. Jake Weatherfield, who was the man of the match, 115 off 70 balls, which I felt was very good. And Travis Head made 44 off 29, which I also thought was very good as well. So that's the Strikers, and then Colin Ingram made 14 off 6. So all making good totals. Hurricanes, the only one that really stands out is Darcy Short and George Bailey. Darcy Short making 68 off 44 and George Bailey making 46 off 33. So those 2's efforts, they didn't get nearly enough runs that they needed to get in their 20 overs, with the Adelaide Strikers winning by 25 runs. Really good final. I really enjoyed watching it. I'm not really a fan of the limited overs matches anymore, just because I feel that is that anyone can really play the limited overs matches. Like anyone can really play it. You just have to hit it as hard as you can. You get a 6, and then you're all good. But the real skill is in the test matches, which is what I like better. What are your opinions on that, James? Because I haven't really talked about this with my friends because I just did you watch the Big Bash last night? And it's like, oh yeah, caught a little bit. I just skim past it. I go on it for like 10 minutes and I skip to another channel. But what are your thoughts on it?
On the Big Bash?
Or just limited overs in general? Do you prefer which do you prefer?
I prefer, if I'm actually going to watch cricket, like a live game, limited overs I prefer to see, because there's a different, you guarantee to see big shots.
That's
and it's a more fun atmosphere, especially here in England, because cricket to us, cricket to non-cricket fans who go and watch the cricket is just one big piss up, and it makes the game fun for everyone else. Like at Trent Bridge, where I go to watch the cricket, we have the William Clark stand, which is a non-alcoholic stand, but you can guarantee every person in that stand is an alcoholic.
Yeah.
It's and I prefer to watch the tests at home because I can chill out more, and I'm not going to sit on some horrible chair next to some sweaty guy that stinks for 14 hours.
That is no, I agree with that. If I'm going to go and watch cricket, if I'm going to go watch cricket, I would prefer a limited over, just because it means that you can watch the whole game in that one day, whereas tests, it's kind of a gamble which day you want to go, because there's 5 days in a test match. It's a gamble of which day you want to go. Like you might just see one team bat the whole day and the other team not get any wickets. And then it's like if that's not your team, then it's just a big kick in the face, kick in the groin, really.
Yeah.
But luckily, when I went to the Ashes test, the fourth day in the Ashes test, that was the day to go. That's where Australia really turned the game around, and they actually won from there. I got to see both teams bat and bowl, so that was the perfect day to go. But then it's really easy to see your team fail miserably in the limited overs. Yeah. Which is what happened when I went and watched it. But it's good. It's I was sitting there because I bought the tickets late because my friends wouldn't make up their bloody minds if they wanted to go or not. So I bought it 3 days before the game. Only seats left were on the I think it was the Eastern Stand. That's where you get the afternoon sun. So I was sitting there cooking in the sun for 4 hours in the afternoon, just like literally dying. Just we were batting at the time, so we were just completely just dying, watching the whole team fail, and then
the best days of cricket are the days where both teams do really well but do really bad. The days where you see like 15 wickets in the day, you see a whole team get mauled, run over, steamrolled, and then the next team come into bat, and then the exact same starts to happen. They just have that all-around collapse where everyone seems to lose hand-eye coordination. They're the best days of cricket for someone watching, but the worst days of cricket if you're playing, because you've lost 10 wickets, and then you're on the field and you're like, oh shit, this is going to take a while. And then you get them out and you're like, oh, for God's sake, here we go. We'll be back into bat tomorrow. They're the best and worst days of cricket.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
And
I do agree with that.
With the end of the Big Bash, also spells, unfortunately, I know you don't like him, but he's my favourite player, has been for a long time. It spells the end of a career for Kevin Peterson.
Oh, Kevin Peterson.
He's retiring. Not quite
all formats of the game.
At an advanced age, I mean, all formats of the game. He tried to get back in England. Fuck you, Andrew Strauss, who didn't let him back in England. We could have done with him back in England. But he's decided to call it time. But he's working a lot with Saving the Rhinos on his new project, Sorry, which I like. I like, the guy's a hero for that.
Yeah, even though even though he's a bit of a stuck-up prick, he loves to talk about his career in the commentary box. I got to give the man some credit. He's a fantastic test player.
Yeah, I mean, no one talks about the career more in the test box than fucking Michael Clark. I'm sorry.
No,
that guy.
Clark. No, I hate Clark. I hate Clark in the commentary box. Everyone hates Clark in the commentary box. No, when we're
I'm pretty sure this Ashes was like his debut, wasn't it?
Oh no, I think he was there in the last test as well. The last test series we
Oh,
had here against New Zealand. No, who was it? Oh yeah, the Pakistan and South Africa.
Michael Clark
Yeah.
actually put me to sleep. Just
Oh, he's
talking in the
awful.
commentary box. Oh, he's
He's
a
awful.
shocker.
He retired too young, and then he's like regrets it and all that shit. He makes up for it by talking about his career.
He's like your granddad at the
He
Christmas, like when you meet your family at Christmas. Back in my day, we didn't do
Yeah,
none of
pretty
this
much.
phone
Yeah,
stuff.
no. He's a. You don't like to see a fellow Australian, like a former Australian Test player, brag go against the Australian team. He did that in
Yeah.
this Test series, and then the whole Australia was like, "Why are you saying this?" Like he was like going against everything that Australia was doing, and like it ended up working. So he just looked like a massive dickhead. So I was not happy.
No.
I was not like no when I heard I was up yeah I was no I was watching it and then I was watching up at the Brisbane Test and then I have the little cricketers that let you watch the listen to the commentary and
Yeah,
then
I have
Mark
one of those
Nicholas
too.
and joining in the commentary box is Michael Clark and Kevin Peterson and then you just hear everyone just go oh fuck's sakes. It's like the honestly the worst partnership in the history of cricket.
I think you just hear, for Australia, you just hear, and joining me in the commentary box now is Michael Clark. And you just think, oh, well, and if you look around the stadium,
Well,
you can pretty much
to the
guarantee
ABC grandstand.
90% of people are taking out the headset for a good 2 hours until someone goes, wait, guys, it's gone. It's gone.
Guys, he's
Back
gone.
to Ricky.
Warney's back.
It's back to Ricky Ponting. It's back to Ricky. You hear a cheer in the ground, but nothing's happened. The ball hasn't been bowled. The batsman's not got out. You know Michael Clark has left the commentary box. They're all sitting there going,
Shit.
he's gone. Ricky's back.
Oh,
Hooray!
he's actually gone. Hey! I still think that Gilchrist retired too early.
Changed. He revolutionised cricket. I'm sorry. This is
He
what I'm gonna have to say.
revolutionised the keeper position.
Yeah. Before Adam Gilchrist, a wicket keeper just had to keep wicket. Just had to get stumpings, make catches, and appeal for LBWs. That's all the keeper had to do. In comes Adam Gilchrist, changes the game. Wicket keepers now have to be batsmen. They have to be, they practically have to be all rounders to be successful. You can't have a wicket keeper.
Yeah, no, they do because look what happened with Matty Wade. Sacked. Tim Payne brought in. Brilliant. Yeah. I absolutely loved him.
I mean, look at AB de Villiers, South Africa. Yeah. He doesn't keep wicket as much anymore, but he's a wicket keeper, and he's not brilliant. He's class. He's a class of his own. Like there's the good batsmen, Ricky Pontings, the Don Bradmans, and your AB de Villiers. Don Bradman.
Yeah.
Don Bradman. AB de Villiers is just a different class of player, entirely.
Oh yeah.
How he's still playing, I don't know, because he's getting on.
Yeah.
And talking of sportsmen getting on.
Yeah.
Roger Federer for the Australian Open that's just been. It's been about a week.
Yeah,
the man is 36.
Week, yeah. He still has a mean backhand.
Oh, I think he's the only player on tour that's professionally playing that has a one-handed backhand as good as he does. I played tennis for 10 years. Yeah. I was at a high standard of tennis, so tennis is my domain. And I tried hitting one-handed backhands. I'd practice for 3 hours straight one day to try and perfect the one-handed backhand because I just didn't want to do two-handed. You can't do it. There's only one guy in the world that can do it, and that is Roger Federer.
Yeah, no.
He's 36. He turned pro in 1998. I was 2 when he turned pro. And the guy is a legend of the game.
Oh, yeah, no. He forever will. Forever will be.
Yeah, I mean, he matched Bjorn Borg's Wimbledon record of 5 straight Wimbledon titles, and then he gave it a 2-year break. He said, "You know what? I'm not going to win I'm not going to win in 2008, but I'll win in 2009, and then 2012, and then 2017. I'll win those years. I'll just, cement myself as the best tennis player at Wimbledon ever.
As GOAT.
Yeah. And then he won the Australian Open this year, so he's already 1 for 4, searching for the Grand Slam. Holding all 4.
Yes.
He's not done that yet. He's only won the French Open once. He's not too good on clay. There are some players
it's a whole different
naturally
game.
good on clay. Yeah,
Nadal.
Rafa Nadal. He's in Spain, most of their courts are clay, so he learned on clay as a young kid, and he knows he makes clay his. He walks on the court, and the court goes, "Yeah, you're daddy.
Shit.
I see what's going on here."
My dad.
Yeah. And people don't realise that yet. But he's injured at the moment, which is big.
Yeah, no, he had to walk away from the Australian Open.
Yeah. So did Andy Murray. Big fan of Andy Murray's. Met him a few times. He's
Good old Andy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry, you broke up there. What did you say?
I share the same name with him. Got to show him some support.
Gotta show some love.
Got to show him some love, mate. Got the Murray clan, mate.
Murray clan. Yeah, we'll give you that. I mean, the guy has won. I think now with the Australian Open win, he's won 20 Grand Slams.
Yeah.
He's won 20 majors, which is a record. I think Pete Sampras is at 18, and he's a legend of the game as well. But yeah. Roger Federer coming back to win this year is not of a surprise, because Roger Federer is so good. The surprise, let's not lie, is the South Korean player that beat Novak Djokovic and made it to the semi-finals against Roger Federer, but had to retire due to injury. And his name is, all it says here on my computer is H. Chung. Fair play to him.
He was so... I watched the Djokovic game up on a break with work, and he was absolutely just ruining he was ruining him.
Yeah, he was.
Djokovic had no answer for it. No answer whatsoever.
It's a shame. He beat... I can hear that, by the way.
Yeah, no. Absolutely played that.
Kyle Edmund of Great Britain, he surprised me a lot, because the only real person that's ever been good for British tennis is Andy Murray.
Yeah.
And that's because not as many British tennis players have the drive and passion to want to be best as Andy Murray does. And that proves. And Kyle Edmund's all of a sudden gone, do you know, Andy Murray's out at the moment. He's not coming back into the grass court season. He's not coming back into the British summer. I'm going to make my stand and show people that I'm now the next best thing. Which I kind of get. That is the guy. But H. Chung defeated Novak Djokovic in straight sets. Chung wasn't even seeded for this tournament. I think he's 150th in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
And he makes it to the semi-finals and has to retire, bless him.
God bless. God bless him. I just want Leighton Hewitt to take the number one spot where he rightfully belongs.
Leighton Hewitt is a cheat.
Number one in the world.
England. We have our cheat in Stuart Broad. We have our cheat.
I don't want to talk about him. I do not want to talk about
your
Broad.
cheat is Leighton Hewitt, and I'll tell you why. This is why. Wimbledon semi-final against Tim Henman. There's no such thing as Hawkeye. This is before everything, all technology came into the sports. They're playing nice, smooth rally, and then Tim Henman hits one on the line, on the baseline, a beautiful positional shot, pushing Leighton Hewitt back in an uncomfortable spot, and it's not called out because it's hit the line and the line is in. Chalk flies up. There's chalk on the ball. The chair umpire sees this, but Leighton Hewitt knows that point gives Tim Henman the chance to go to the final, which he never did. So Leighton Hewitt goes, no, that was out, and argues to the point where the chair umpire then starts doubting himself and his team and thinking, shit, it might have been out, and then reverses the point, and Leighton Hewitt goes to the final.
Oh well, win some, you lose some, I guess.
The guy's
the
guy's a cheat, and I don't like him.
Oh well. Oh, that's all in the past, mate. All in the past. I mean, you did end up going to #1 in the world, but you know. Oh well, you did. Yeah, that's yeah.
I mean,
that's
I would say, you know, it was also Australian #1, but that's not exactly a hard challenge.
Yeah, no, he was run #1 because there was no really good tennis player there at the time. Then fucking Feds came in and just destroyed everyone. Feds and this is before Feds and Nadal's time.
Yeah.
So
to be fair,
no.
Federer is way before Nadal's time as well. Nadal's a young.
Yeah, no. This is before that, like Nadal and Fed came in and just stole the show, and Djokovic and everyone like that. So Leighton Hewitt had the scene, but now he's just
with all sports. There's an era of one player, isn't there, that always is the greatest. So you know, there's always that one sport where one player stands out above the rest.
Oh yeah,
and is labelled the greatest. I mean, Messi, Ronaldo, David Beckham. People like that who, when in their prime, no one was beating them. They were considered the greatest players of the generation. And Roger Federer has been that player for a long time.
Oh yeah, no, everyone loves the Swiss. Everyone loves him. You can't hate him. You cannot hate Roger Federer.
For a long time.
He broke down in tears when he broke down in tears as he held up the his trophy. And everyone was like cheering for it. Everyone wanted him to win. You can't hate it.
For a long time in his career, he played without a coach. He'd coach himself because he was that confident in himself for a long time. It's only in recent years he's decided to get a coach to try and better himself because he's getting to an advanced age.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So that's the Australian Open done. Did you want to talk about the Super Bowl then, James? Since you are the NFL expert here.
Oh, do I? What a Super Bowl it was. The underdogs all season.
I'm going to let Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to sit back and let James talk about this because I honestly have no clue about American football. I do not care for it. I don't get it. James, I don't get it. I'd much rather rugby. But there's the whole rivalry between American football is like, you know, the thing that I don't like about American football is that although it's very tactical, I'll give it that. It is very, very, very tactical. It's got to that stage where it's that tactical is that the amount of time that they spend on the field talking about their tactics takes over the actual game time. You spend more time looking at a huddle in the middle of the field than you actually do watching the ball fly. That is the thing that I have with American football.
American football is 4 quarters of 15 minutes, so an hour.
Yeah, no, I'm going to listen to this spot because I actually have no clue.
There's an hour of official game time they play, but the game overall takes 3.5 hours. Because every time the ball goes out of bounds, off to the sideline, over the back of the end zone, or they spike it, or the quarterback takes a knee. Actually, no, not the quarterback. The clock stops. So there could have been players. They could have been on the field for a solid 20 minutes, but in actual game time on the clock, they could have only played 5 minutes. That's why it takes so long, and that's the only problem I have with it. It's the only sport where you can actually extend an hour by time You look at it and you go, oh, this game's an hour long. But 3.5 hours later, you're still there going, shit, is it not over yet? It's the only sport where they can extend an hour. Everyone else, every other sport, football, tennis, cricket, rugby, an hour is an hour. 60 minutes is 60 minutes of play. No, not American football. 60 minutes is just the allotted time to play. 3.5 to 4 hours is the actual time of play. That is my only problem, is of how long the games take. But the Super Bowl this year, Super Bowl 52, hosted in the great city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Fantastic. Good old Minneapolis. At the US Bank Stadium where the Minnesota Vikings, sorry, not the Minneapolis. They play there. They very, very nearly pulled off a heroic win. A heroic win. But they just couldn't do it. And it's a shame. It's a shame. But here we have the underdogs of the whole NFL. They've never won a Super Bowl before. The Philadelphia Eagles. Carson Wentz, their 2-year-old quarterback. Not literally 2 years old. This is his second season. Did fantastic. Got injured. Season over. In comes the backup quarterback that no one's really ever heard of, Nick Foles. And just works his magic. He goes from a nobody to Super Bowl MVP in the space of 16 weeks. And then they're playing what is possibly the greatest team in any sports of all time in the Brady-Belichick era. Tom Brady is now 40 and he's still playing.
He's 40. He's
40.
Jesus Christ.
He's won 5 Super Bowls, which is the most for any quarterback. The guy's old.
He also got. I saw on Facebook that didn't he get MVP for this season as well?
Yeah, he is the most valuable player for the 2017-18 season, and rightly so. The guy is. I could take you back to Super Bowl 51 against the Atlanta Falcons, where the Patriots were 27-3 down, and Tom Brady in the second half brought them back, and they won that Super Bowl. From 27-3 down. Yeah, that was last year's. And Tom Brady walks on the field and just goes, "Yeah, I'm not losing today. We're going to win this," and just drives the ball. At 40. It would have been 39 at the time. There is an older player in the NFL, Adam Vinatieri for the Indianapolis Colts. He used to play for the Patriots. He's 41.
Damn. Old fans.
All he does is...
Yeah, I guess quarterbacks only just have to throw the ball, don't they?
Quarterbacks are like the most protected position on the field. If the quarterback gets hit and you're on the offensive line or the D line, it's your fault. There's no other fault but you. Quarterbacks.
But the only thing that they do is that they throw the ball.
Throw the ball. Yeah, they throw the ball, call the shots. That's all they really do. And it's a glorified position because it's the main position. They're on tens of millions of dollars every year.
Yeah.
Just to throw the ball. In practice, you're not allowed to tackle the quarterback. Not even the back.
So you don't get injured.
Yeah, they wear red jerseys that signifies to everyone on that field, you hit that guy, you're fired. If you injure that guy, you're fired.
Damn. Bloody hell.
So, Philadelphia Eagles, New England Patriots, Super Bowl 52. And it starts off good. Nice little field goal for the Philadelphia Eagles. And then the Patriots reply with their own field goal, bringing it to 3-3. Then the Philadelphia Eagles take a long shot, take a nice Hail Mary to get the first touchdown, but then miss the extra point. There was like 4 missed kicks in this game. In the Super Bowl. 4 missed kicks. And it all came down to 1 point. Well, it would have come down to 1 point if the Patriots had scored a touchdown in the last minute. But overall, it was a fantastic game. Justin Timberlake, his performance at halftime was... Yeah.
Timberlake performed, did he?
Yeah, halftime show. There was a little tribute to Prince. I liked that. But overall, it wasn't the best performance. I've seen better. Katy Perry did it better. Katy Perry with that line did it better.
That's a very strong accusation there, James. Justin Timberlake, Katy Perry.
It's granted, the guy had like 3 stages. He moved from stage to stage to stage, and danced.
How old's the dude? He's had a good career. Let's let him have
career.
one bad. Let's let him have one bad one.
The only thing that would have made that performance better is if at one point the starting music for Bye 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 came on and the rest of NSYNC walked on the stage. That's all I wanted.
But how good would have that been? The whole NSYNC crew walking on the stage and singing Bye Bye Bye.
Yeah, because all these other Super Bowl performances, Super Bowl 50 was Coldplay, and they brought on Bruno Mars, and then they blew the house down with Beyonce, Queen Bee.
Damn. Oh no, I remember that. Yeah.
You know, and Katy Perry brought on Lenny Kravitz and R. Kelly. No, not R. Kelly. I can't remember what her name is. Not R. Kelly. I just realised that. Missy B.
Lady
or something.
Gaga, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, it's Get Your Freak On. Let go. Get Your Freak On. That one. I don't know.
No, I can't remember. I don't know what you said.
I don't know her name. I can't remember. I can't remember.
I can't
remember her name. I can't remember
Try
her name,
singing
but I'm just
into
embarrassed myself.
Shazam. Oh no, they brought that to Snapchat now. Just hold down the screen in Snapchat and just do that. Yeah, no, you hold down the screen, you can Shazam a song. It's good. I use it all the time.
To me. Please don't.
No, I'm not.
So you just hold the screen and start singing.
Hold the screen, and then you start, and you should hear you should see musical things pop up, and then that means it's searching for music.
Oh, let go, get your freak on. Let go, get your freak on. Let go, get your freak on. Like now, do a lot.
Yeah, it's probably not. No, because it needs time to surge.
Jesus.
But but it probably hasn't done anything because it doesn't know your voice. So usually when it finds a song, the phone vibrates and it makes a sound, and then it'll pop up on the screen.
Right, I'm gonna do this again.
You're not gonna do it. I've tried it before. I've tried singing into it. It doesn't work.
It
does not work.
Let me go for something. Let me go for a song that is easy to pick up. You know, just bear with me, guys. If you didn't know, I'm an avid singer at heart. I call myself a bedroom singer because all I ever do is sing in my bedroom. So let me just pull up some lyrics to sing because the key is in the lyrics. It's not.
The key's in the pitch. The key's in the pitch. And the harmonies. If you can nail those two, then you'll be right.
So yeah, in the end, the Philadelphia Eagles have never won the Super Bowl before, and then they win it this year, 41-33.
One Australian punter. One Australian punter actually won over 50 grand on a multi-leg on the Super Bowl.
I envy people like that because I'm a gambler myself.
Yeah, he just made like a 5-leg multi, and he won over 50 grand. Got everything right. Like picked like the first, like people to score touchdowns, and like who was to score first, from what, and it was just picked everything down.
Yeah, that's.
Hang on, I'll get it up and I'll read it. You keep searching for songs. No, that's.
Can we not play that, please? Stop. Okay.
What?
Guys listening, whoever listens, I don't know how many views we got on the last one. Just prepare your ears and prepare yourself for what is about to come. This is Take That A Million Love Songs Later. A classic love song. And I dedicate this song to you, Adam.
Thank you.
Hold your head against my life. What do you hear? A million words just trying to make the love song of the year. Close your eyes, but don't forget what you have heard. A man who's trying to say 3 words, the words that make me scared. A million love songs later, and here I am trying to tell you that I care. A million love songs later, and here I am. A million love songs later, and here I am. There we go. Thank you, guys. If you did enjoy that rendition, if you did enjoy that rendition, please do leave a like on the video and leave a request for more songs. It is still.
And please go and subscribe to James' third channel, James Bedroom Beats.
I will also be doing some Just Dance videos on there when I will be dancing.
Oh, I love Just Dance. I love Just Dance.
Just Dance.
I've got.
Just
I want it.
Dance.
I want it. I played it on Wii. When I had the Wii. Wii, it was good.
I had I remember the original one that wasn't called Just Dance, but it was on the PlayStation 2, and you had like the dance mat that you put on your living room floor.
Oh my god! What was that? What was that called?
Oh,
let me find it. Was it Twisted Dance?
Possibly.
I think it was Twisted Dance because I had that, but it wasn't for the PS2. It was you put it into your DVD player.
We had it for the PlayStation 2.
Oh, it must have been another game.
It was literally called Dance Mat. The game was called Dance Mat. For the guys that don't know what we're talking about, they're the arcade. If you ever go to like an arcade and you see those games where there's like where you dance and you press like the up, down, right and left arrows, they did that for the PlayStation 2 and for your DVD player where you could do it at home. So you didn't have to embarrass yourself in public. You could do it in the comfort of your own home.
I just preferred SingStar on the PS2. Actually, no. PS2 was by far the all-time GOAT console. I will forever love the PS2.
Yeah, 100%.
I will always love that.
See, we've stumbled on gaming. We've stumbled onto another one of my passions. Is I'm big on esports. I love esports.
Before we get to that, I've just got this multi that I want to read out to everyone. So this is an Australian punter on the Sportsbet Facebook page. So they've turned $20 into $50,000 and $20 via 7-leg same game multi on the Super Bowl. So Eagles to win, total match points over 48. Lee Goretti Blount to score a touchdown. Zach Ertz to score a touchdown.
Lee Goretti. LeGarrette. Legretti.
Well, I don't know the names, don't I?
LeGarrette. Carry on.
Wait, that's how it's spelled. LeGarrette. Is it Garrett or Legretti?
LeGarrette Blount.
Oh, LeGarrette Blount to score a touchdown. Zach Ertz to score a touchdown. James White to score a touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey to score a touchdown. And Nick Foles to score a touchdown. He got all those correct and he won $50,000.
Can I just add, Nick Foles to catch a touchdown. Nick Foles is the quarterback.
Yeah, no, he scored the touchdown.
Nick Foles is the quarterback and he caught a touchdown in what was possibly one of the greatest plays of the Super Bowl. It was a fantastic play. It was a nice little motion. A motion to the right. The quarterback takes the ball, acts like he's no longer part of the game, and then runs to the end zone. And his running back goes, "I see you over there, Kerr," and yeets the ball to Nick Foles. Fantastic play. Well played, Philadelphia Eagles. That was big.
Okay, so that might be it for the Super Bowl. All of it was gibberish. But for those who got it, there you go.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay. What did you want to talk about, James? I'm sorry for yawning. It's getting a bit late over in Australia. It's early morning for James, but you know, I've been working all week. I'm a tired man. Sorry for yawning a lot.
I guess we should. I guess I should say something about, with work. There could be a podcast. There could be a few weeks without a podcast because I do start a new job soon. I do have to move out of my house for my job.
It could be.
So
you're moving out again?
Yeah, I'm moving. So I may not have internet for a while. So we may not be able to record a podcast. But as soon as I got my internet back, we will be back, and we will be talking about the latest local sports news. I say latest.
I will
local,
hopefully when I go
sports.
to the US. When I go to the US, I will hopefully be. I'll sit out in front of the main office, James, or just on Skype, just talking to the computer. People are gonna walk past me. And just, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. We could get Danny on the podcast.
Danny's gone.
Danny's got wow.
Danny's
we'll
gone.
talk about that after. That's not a podcast talk.
Yeah.
That's not, unfortunately.
That's
a shot.
Sad times.
But yeah, Just Dance was an esport for 2 or 3 days, and it knocked Call of Duty.
What was it? Was it actually
off the main?
Just Dance?
Yeah. Just Dance was an
God.
esport that people competed in for money at an MLG event, and it knocked Call of Duty off the main stage and put all the Call of Duty matches for that weekend on the side stations and the B station, and people went crazy.
What? Good effort, because Just Dance. Okay, James, the plebe dance, because for those who don't know, me and James actually met at a summer camp in America. That's where we applied for a job, and we both worked there. We both were working on the waterfront together. He was working as a canoe instructor, and I was working as the water ski instructor. That's where we met.
Can we just say, when Adam says work, he used to sit in the water for all day.
I sat in the water for 3 hours and just told kids to not pull on a rope. keep the knees bent, don't pull on the rope.
Got jellyfish stings the lot.
Got stung by jellyfish a lot.
All I did was paddle around in a canoe. And when I felt good and ready, I capsized the kids' canoe and told them to get back in the boat.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
That's how me and Adam met.
Best summer ever.
I think a water sports podcast is in order.
Oh.
That'd be great.
I honestly do not know any much about water sports besides surfing and water skiing. And I don't even watch skiing. I just do water skiing. I just know surfing, but the tour hasn't started yet.
I know nothing about surfing or water skiing, so you could teach me. But I'm a sports photographer, and I do a lot of photography of freestyle kayaking. So
that is you heard it here first, folks. There is actually a sport called freestyle kayaking. And for those who actually know,
there is.
ski ballet was actually a thing.
There's actually
it actually was a sport. I saw it on Facebook the other day. There was people doing tricks and shit with skis.
Do you want to know what else is a sport?
What was the sport?
Canoe ballet. And I am not joking.
No, it wasn't. Canoe ballet.
Yes, it is. Yep, it's on a soft water lake, and they bring a PA system, and people genuinely play tracks. The first video I watched had me in stitches, and my friends in stitches because of the music. My dad is a Christy Burr fan, and he hates the song "Lady in Red." One of Christy Burr's most famous songs.
Lady in Red.
Yeah, and my canoe instructor was showing us, because canoe ballet is all about the strokes, so we're learning about the strokes of canoe.
It
was interesting. Yeah, it's all about the strokes, and that's what canoe ballet is. It's soft strokes. No water movement, and it's all quiet. And this music came on, and I heard the first four beats, of the song, and I just said, "Oh, for fuck's sake, here we go." And no one knew what I was on about until 20 seconds before the line had actually been said. I sat down and I said, "I've never seen you looking so lovely as you do tonight.
Tonight.
I'm looking for a little romance." And they all looked at me thinking, "You're a freak, mate." And then 20 seconds later, it comes on, and they're like, "How did you know that?" I was like, "My dad's a Christy Burr fan. I've had to listen to this shit for a long time." Yeah. And someone did a canoe. They actually do proper canoe routines.
I'm gonna
in a
look
canoe
this up after
to
this.
music.
Because I actually want to see
Please
what they
do.
actually do.
You've seen what I do.
Like,
You've seen how I
do they
paddle.
do
I've heard you call me
do
a
they do
majestic
turns
paddler.
and stuff? I have.
Yeah.
You were a very majestic paddler. The J stroke, mate. You reinvented the J stroke.
Mate, the J.
I think it was called.
I'm
Was the
actually
J
sat
stroke?
here. Look, yeah. Oh yeah, it's the J stroke. Oh, damn
Oh,
right,
yeah.
it's the J stroke. I'm proud of you for remembering. I've actually got a video on my phone of me towing a kayak on our first day of actually being allowed on the water. Of me putting a kayak in a canoe and paddling, and you filming, just going, God, he's so majestic. I have that
Oh
on
my
my phone
God.
still.
Midwest Freestyle Canoe 2007. 2008 Freestyle Canoe Routine Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah. When I say... right, that's a different freestyle. I call that canoe ballet. Freestyle to me is in a small playboat doing flips and rolls and whatnot. That's the cool freestyle. That is the canoe ballet freestyle that is god-awful and makes you want to gouge your eyes out.
I'm actually just going to watch a little bit of this just to
Just
get what's all...
Get the hype. Get the highly anticipated hype.
There's actually a
of canoe
crowd for
ballet.
this sport. It's a very small crowd.
Confirmed.
There are still people...
Confirmed canoe ballet is bigger than the Superbowl.
They're just doing really sharp turns and stuff, and they're just paddling like really majestically.
That is canoe ballet.
They're just going around in a circle. Not doing anything. I don't understand. Why is this a sport?
So, we've gone. We've gone from talking about Just Dance and esports to canoe ballet.
Canoe ballet.
If this doesn't get voted for the widest range of sports talk in a podcast, then I don't know what we've got to do.
No. Shorty award.
Oh dear.
No, we've got it down pat.
Oof, we've got to. So,
Anything else you want to say,
So-
James? Is there another sport that you want to talk about?
There is actually a sport in the UK called cheese rolling.
I do know of this one. I do know cheese rolling. It's down a really, really steep hill where people like break limbs and stuff trying to chase the cheese down, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, no sport is as violent as Australian rules. I watched one game of Australian rules.
AFL.
I feel
I really enjoy AFL. Those
I feel
guys
like
are
you with
honestly
the
the
NFL.
fittest
I looked at it
athletes.
and went, yeah. I looked at it and went, what the fuck is going on? There's like 4 poles, 5 poles, and it looks like a game of Quidditch. There's someone kicking it, and then someone gets absolutely clattered. I don't understand it, but it looks like a fun sport.
It's fun. So, for those who don't know, so AFL is honestly, it's on a pitch bigger. It's on a pitch that's okay. So the game itself goes for 2 hours. It's a 2-hour game. The players on there are literally sprinting for 2 hours straight. Like it's split into 4 quarters. Each quarter they get a 15-minute break, but halftime they get half an hour break. Other than that, they're sprinting for the 25 minutes each quarter, and it's on a pitch bigger than any football pitch, NFL pitch.
Don't they play on cricket pitches? Like in the same stadiums?
Yeah, they play in the same stadiums. Yeah, no, it's the most.
Sorry.
It's for the most popular sport in Australia, it would go AFL, cricket, rugby league, and probably the A League after that. That's and then rugby would be way down the bottom because no one likes rugby here. I don't know why, but Australia is literally the only country in the world where rugby league is more popular than rugby union.
If Yorkshire in the UK could be a country, then I'd contest that, because if you
isn't it all the northern...
mutter the words, yeah, pretty much. If you mutter the words rugby union in a northern county, you will get buried alive.
I know, it's like Yeah, no one likes it up there. It was like, I saw it on Facebook. There's this whole bloody feud going on between the whole factions and stuff. But anyway, back to AFL. So AFL is, how do I explain this? I forget how many people on a team. I think it might be 13. Actually, I'm looking this up. But while I look that up, it is the aim of the game is to get the ball in between the poles. It's just by kick, you punch it through, it rolls through, whatever. So if it gets through the middle two posts with a kick, that's 6 points. If it gets through the both side posts, I'm pretty sure that's a 2. Now I don't watch that much AFL. Hang on, I'm looking this up. Rules. So,
but it's basically
it might be
from me watching the one game. It's rugby, football, and what looks like boxing, all in one.
It's 185 meters in length and 155 meters wide. That's how big the pitch is. Oh no, not too. 135 to 185 meters in length and 110 to 155 meters wide.
Christ, I can barely run 10 meters without getting out of breath. I won't be able to play that game.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, no, it's like, and it's very violent. It's more violent than rugby league over here, definitely.
I mean,
people there's pretty much concussions every single game.
Yeah.
So,
like, people worry about American football players with concussion. Watch an AFL game and you will see concussion. You will see guys that won't stand up again for the rest of the day.
It is, no. So, okay, so here we go. Come on. Points. Come on. So hard to just find, like, how many points do you get going through a post. I know if you get it through the middle two, it's a 6. Yeah. Okay. So a goal is scored with a ball when it goes between the two middle posts, and that's a 6 point. That's 6 points. Where is it? Game is won highest. So the game's won by, of course, which team has the highest points at the end of the game. Oh, bloody hell, where's the? Yeah, so it's the only sport in the world where you can use any part of your body to play. So there's no such thing as handball. There's no offsides. There's no, like, you can use your feet, your hands, your chest, your head, any part of your body to play the game. Every 10 meters, it's really hard to explain because there's a lot of rules because it's so different to any other sport in the world. Yeah. So you have to explain literally everything about it. Like, it's completely different to any other sport. So it's like rugby league and rugby union. There's a lot of similarities and a few differences. So you can just, like, kind of outline which ones. It's like trying to explain NFL to me.
Pass the ball backwards.
Yeah.
There's offsides, all that. Yeah.
So it's like you trying to explain NFL to me. I have no idea what NFL is. I don't know any of the rules to it. That's what it's. I'm trying to explain NFL to you. So why is there? Just tell me. 22 on each side. 22 players
on the
each
field.
Side. On the field, 22 on each team. Oh no,
that's
wait, no.
like
Each AFL club is. No, each week 22 are selected for the game. 18 players are allowed on the ground at any one time. Okay, no, Jesus. So it's 18 aside.
18 aside. That sounds like some kind of thing you do in PE at school when there's an odd number in the PE class. Right, guys, 18 aside.
18.
Next goal wins.
Okay, guys.
line up on the halfway line. Pick your teams.
I'll just read the standard. So the game is played on an oval-shaped pitch field with scoring posts at each end. There are 4 scoring posts. The 2 middle ones are taller than the outside ones, and a score is recorded when the ball is kicked between 2 of the posts, or punched between the 2 posts, or just rolls through. 1 point. One point is scored when the ball goes between one of the outside posts and a middle post. This is known as a behind. A goal worth 6 points is scored when the ball goes between the 2 middle posts. So you get 1 point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But those guys, like, it's so entertaining to watch. It's the most watched like thing on television, like the grand final. It's played at the MCG every year. That stadium is packed. It's like 120,000 people go to watch it.
MCG?
Good MCG. Players and umpires getting ready to come back on the pitch. Looking like a beautiful day here in Melbourne. Should have afternoon showers.
We've just managed to come all the way back to cricket from
back
AFL.
to cricket again.
Back to cricket.
But yeah, so I'm not sure if you guys have watched AFL before. There might be some Aussies out there. You know what I'm talking about. But if you're a fellow Pommie like James, I highly suggest watching some gameplay of it because I feel you might like it.
Now, for me, I literally watch any and all sport, as we established with canoe ballet. Beautiful sport.
Yes.
It's got a crowd. It's got a crowd, so it's a sport.
Yes,
I watch any and all sports. And AFL is the only sport where I've seen someone get shoulder barged and I've gone, oh shit, that must have hurt.
Oh no, it's brutal, and you don't get fouls for it as well. Because you committed. You committed to the tackle. Like
there's no
players.
It's not like rugby.
They jump up.
There's no clear bind. You've not got a wrap. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. So the way people get hurt in this game is that they try and get marks, which is when a ball is kicked over a distance. I used to play this when I was a kid. This was when I was probably like 5. So this is when the ball has to be kicked over a certain distance, and the player has to, on the same team as the person who kicked it, has to catch that. I think it's a distance over 25 meters the ball has to be kicked, and if you catch it, it's called a mark. So the ref blows the whistle, and then everyone gets set up in their positions, and the player who caught it gets a free kick. They get to kick it wherever they want with only one person marking them.
Okay.
So and then people literally leap up into the air on top of other players to try and catch this ball. And then players come in from all angles trying to tackle the dude in mid-air as well as trying to stop him from jumping up on other players to get the ball. So there's like mid-air collisions, there's everything. Everything happens in that game.
So, what we're really trying to say, guys, is if any of you are out there from America and you say to your parents, I want to play American football, or just football to you guys, sorry, or anyone in the UK that says, I want to play rugby, and your parents say, no, I don't need to get concussion. Show them a game of AFL and just go, this is how you get concussion. Rugby and NFL are tame.
Exactly. AFL's a madhouse as well. And there's hardly not that many fights as well, isn't it? Like, you think there'd be a lot of fights, but they've really cracked down on fights and because the amount of games I've watched, I haven't seen a fight. Like, there's been close, there's been a lot of shirt grabbing, but not really any punches thrown.
I mean, the AFL, they're freaks of nature as well, aren't they? They're like 8 feet tall. They're ripped.
They're the fittest. I'm saying it right. They're the fittest athletes on the planet.
Oh, I agree.
Fittest sportsman on the planet, I would say. But
yeah, I mean,
you'd place an AFL player against a triathlon person, and they would win it.
Yeah. But the only other people that are the only other type of team that are that good with sport and that freaky are Pacific Islanders playing rugby. Pacific Islanders are stocky
they're
built,
scary,
but they are quick. They are Usain Bolt with muscle.
They are honestly
that's the only
scary.
comparison. Yeah, and that's before they've done the hacker. You see them walk off the bus and you're like, I don't want to play today.
And then they do the haka and then it's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
No, scary shit. Any other sports, James?
No, I think we've covered everything. With Australian Open.
We've covered more stuff
cricket,
than we're actually playing beforehand.
Just Dance Esports.
Just Dance Esports, canoe ballet. You've heard it all
Canoe
here.
ballet, yes! You heard it here first. Canoe ballet is the sport of 2018. Let's raise awareness, guys. Hashtag canoe ballet on Twitter. I'll make a canoe ballet fan club Twitter page.
We're starting a Patreon for we're starting up our own canoe ballet league.
Viva la revolution of canoe ballet. You've
We're
heard
starting
me
up our
saying
own
take that.
cross-continental canoe ballet association.
And what we'll do is we'll meet in a neutral country. We'll say South Africa. We'll meet in the middle and we'll have a World Cup. We'll have an Ashes series of canoe ballet between England and Australia. We will burn a canoe and put it in an urn.
Yes. We'll try and fit it into an urn.
Or we can alternatively take it back to camp and just stick everyone in the Chesapeake Bay and say, ballet for me.
Ballet. Okay, kids. Do something magical. See this paddle? This is your instrument. Use it.
Oh,
Make something beautiful out of this. I don't even know anymore.
This started out as a semi-serious podcast that we tried to do.
Yeah. Now it's just turned into like, alright, yeah, so we're just going to make a cross-continental canoe ballet association.
We are at least 3 beers. I've not drunk yet. I know you've had a beer tonight.
I've had a lot of beers.
Yeah.
I've had a fair few.
I think I need to keep an eye on you. I think you're going to become an alcoholic. But I could grab a beer.
It's too late.
And this is 1 beer away from becoming an alcoholics podcast, where we're both hammered all the time.
I would love to do that, honestly. That would.
Do you know what,
it'd be difficult because, like, what are you going to call it?
One day this year, we're going to do a podcast where me and Adam are in the same room, and it's going to be in a bar. We'll do it in a pub, and we're just going to have a glass.
Actually, it actually will be possible.
Yeah, you can progressively see us getting hammered as we talk about sports, and we can just pull in any random guy from the pub and say, "You, sir, come talk about the AFL for me." We just find the drunkest people.
What are your fucking thoughts on this guy? You won't even be able to be able to understand because I'll be swearing every second word because Australians love to swear. I'm proud to be Australian. We love to swear. Oh, it's good. It's the only country in the world where you can refer to your best mate as a cunt.
Yes.
Only country in the world to do that.
Yeah.
I'm proud to own that. I'm proud to have that.
Right, I think that's gonna have to wrap it up. I think we get ourselves into something else.
Yeah, before we end up not talking about sports anymore.
Before we end up talking about backyard cricket and explaining the rules of that and the different stereotypes.
Oh, and then arguing over the Golden Duck rule in LBW.
Oh, let's not.
Does LBW belong
bad memories.
in...
Stop!
Should Golden Duck be... I don't play Golden Duck rule.
Right, thanks guys for listening. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. If you do have anything you'd like us to talk about, leave it in the comment section. We do read that. So far I've not had anything to read because none of you have commented. Probably because no one's been watching. Anything you've got to add, Adam?
No, I'll see you boys next week, and females who watch. I doubt any females will be watching this. Anyway, I'll see.
Do you know what we are going to do? We will do a podcast dedicated to women's sports. Women's canoe ballet. It's coming. You heard it here first.
I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.